Hi folks, today, believe it or not, I'm going to be shooting this video from the middle of the desert, and I am in the desert, Socatillo, California, and this area is called Painted Gorge, and it's actually kind of cool. It's a kind of a prehistoric seabed, so a lot of these outcroppings that you see are really they're fossilized reef systems, so there's some cool things to see out here. We come out here, we camp, you do a little shooting and hiking, four-wheeling, kind of wrap the day up with a grill barbecue. And this is going to be kind of exciting for me because I'm doing a technique that I've never done before. I'm going to be doing I'm calling it a Santa Maria meets Argentina tri-tip, but I'm doing it on a vertical spit with some equipment that I bought from a fellow YouTuber named Tom, and I want to say his channel is TDJTX, and in case I got that wrong, I'm going to post it anyway. But anyway, get down to the camp and start cooking. So anyway, here's the pit that I'm going to be cooking in. As you can see, I got red oak in there. It's like what they use in Santa Maria for the tri-tip. And this rack here is what I bought from Tom, I was telling you about before. And so anyway, what I'm going to do is have the tri-tip hanging from a spit, like that. And show you what I did. I just bought a spit, drilled a hole in it, put a split ring through the hole. Then I have a swivel snap like hook thing right here, so rotate around. Got all the stuff at Home Depot. Anyway, so get back to the cook here. All right, so here's my tri-tips. Both of them total about a little over 5 pounds. And what I'm going to do now is just season them. And what I've got here, I made this before I came to the desert. It's coarsely ground sea salt. I've got some garlic powder in here, some onion powder, a little rosemary, some paprika, and a little bit of cayenne. And I'm going to liberally apply this to the meat, just sort of like you're rubbing a rub into a pork shoulder. So I'm going to do this to both sides of both cuts, and then I'm going to let these things rest about 30 minutes before we get them on the fire. Okay, so here is the meat on the spit, and I kind of did it the traditional way. Actually, if you look at the old archival photos of Santa Maria style, they used to do them on big spits, and this is how they kind of threaded them on. What I did here was I intended to bring roasting twine, but I forgot. A buddy of mine came up with some string from a burlap sack. I just tied it around here from the point. My goal is to keep it, from compressing down the spit. And then as far as the tines, I used both of them. They're not stuck in the meat. They're just more or less to prevent the meat from coming off the spit, which would be a tragedy. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get it on the fire now. All right, so we're going to start the cook now. As you can see, this is all red oak. And like I said, drilled a hole in the spit. I've got a split ring, and this is just a snap or like a swivel hook that I removed the little gate, and I had to trim it off because it wouldn't fit over the pipe. What I'm going to do is just slip it over here, and then I can adjust the heat by moving the whole rack back and forward. So I'm going to go ahead and make an adjustment here, get it a little closer. I'm just going to rotate it as I see fit, and after I start getting a good sear on the meat, then I'm going to baste it. I made up a little bit of a kind of a basting mop. All right, like I said, I haven't done this before, so I just kind of wanted to show you. I've been tweaking around the angle of the spit, and what I've ended up doing is using a 2x4. It's part of our firewood for the campfire, and kind of angling it so it's actually kind of going more over the wood rather than hanging in front of it. And it's working out pretty good. It's easy to turn and everything. So anyway, I'll update you in a few. All right, so it's starting to get a decent crust on it now, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but one of the other things I had in the seasoning is freshly ground black pepper. I just don't remember mentioning that. I have a basting sauce, I'm going to call it, that I made up, and basically what this is vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, some Dijon mustard, and some ground garlic. And I'm just going to baste this all over the tri-tip. I'm going to do this a couple more times as I rotate it. All right. Okay, it's done now. I'm going to pull it off and let it rest a while. Meantime, I'm going to cook up the beans and garlic bread. All right, and here's the meat. I don't know if we've kind of lost our light, so the color's not going to show up. So I'm also going to take a quick still shot. But anyway, it turned out really good. I'm going to enjoy.